questions for Brandon?
It wasn't like that last 25 yards or so in the interception. It looked like you were trying to get the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little tired, that's for sure. But I was kind of just reflecting too. It's just been a long process to get back there. And so it's just a really cool moment just to run into, you know, a stand full of Iowa fans into the end zone. It's pretty cool. It's a great way to come back, that's for sure.
You were kind of thinking about that as you were running?
Yeah, the last 20 yards, which I probably shouldn't have been. I probably should have been running faster. But
anything specifically pop into your head as you're reflecting back over the last 5-6 months?
No, just I was just trying to take in the moment. Like I said, just take in the stands, and just how cool it is to be back in Kinnick Stadium and be healthy. It's something that you miss, something that I take for granted. But I appreciate it a lot more through this, and I'm thankful for that for sure.
How did you do it? How did you get back in 5 months?
I mean, I don't want to sell us anything short. I mean, I'm a big believer in my faith, and I'm a big believer in God, and I think that He created this, and it's from Him. I believe that He's the one that got me through it. And I know that I wouldn't have been able to do it day after day if it weren't for my faith. And so I think that's, you know, first and foremost the reason. After that, you know, it's definitely our training staff, Coach Doyle, everybody that's helped me along the way. I think there's a lot of people in my corner, and I think that was a huge reason that I got back. You know, it's not me. It comes down to all the people around me. And I'm so thankful for all the people that helped me get back because this moment's priceless, that's for sure.
What were the hardest parts about all this?
The hardest part is just how mundane it is and how it just day after day you got to stay on it. And I think that's the hardest thing. It's just it's a process. It's 6 months, 5.5 months of kind of the same stuff day after day, and you just have to stay in it mentally. It's not really the physical part; it's the mental. You know, your teammates are out there practicing and being a part of the team, and you kind of fall out of that. So you try to stay in it as much as you can, but it's hard to. And so just the mental side of staying in it and trusting the people around you that they're going to get you there.
Mentally, when did you know you could do this? When
did you know
this was going to be possible to get back this early?
Probably about a month ago. I started doing a lot of my change of direction stuff with Coach Doyle, and just trusted all the people that they would have me doing the right stuff. And I started to do change of direction stuff and feel great about it. And I knew that it was going to be real. Before that, I mean, you never know. I mean, it's not worth playing games and trying to pick, you know, a game where you're going to come back. But just trusting the process and knowing that they're doing the right things, you're doing the right things, and you got great people around you is definitely huge.
It was a 3-play sequence. First, it was nothing. They had a first and goal to the 11.
Yeah.
You made a shoestring tackle, and then you defend the next 2 passes.
Yeah.
Is that kind of your I'm back moment?
Yeah, definitely. That was huge, and we need to put it out. Anytime we get inside the red zone, we're just trying to put out the fire and make it a field goal, help our offense out a little bit. We try to keep them out of there first and foremost. But when you get down there, you just gotta get tough and keep it out. And that was just a moment I want to show everybody I'm back and just taking care of your role. You know, my role was that gap, and my goal was to have that guy, you know, on a vertical route, and so that's what I tried to do, and just keep him out of the end zone.
Could you have written a better script? Last night when you were thinking about this, what's going through your mind and all that kind of stuff?
You know, you just trying to prepare like any other game. You know, it's 5.5 months is a lot of time to think about football, and I've taken huge steps in the mental side of it because, you know, you use your other senses. You can't do some stuff physically, so you're just watching practice, mental reps. So you're just, you know, playing plays, and the pick six was a play that they've run, you know, for the last year and a half over and over again. And, you know, I didn't really do my job, but I kind of knew the play. It's something that you see, you know, so many times in your head, and the night before you're going through it, and then you just happen. I mean, the throw was a little bit behind him, but, you know, just being in the right spot at the right time.
Brandon, when you were medically cleared to play, what was that like? When they said you're good to go and at full jets, and what was that like?
I mean, it was really cool just to be able to practice again, but I think finally being out there today was the moment that it really clicked. And like I said, you do some reflecting, you know, on the last 5.5 months and how strenuous the process is. But it was just really cool to be out there today. And, you know, the first time I was out there, I had goosebumps again. You know, just seeing Kinnick full. There's nothing better than that, and it's just something that you can't buy that. And I think that's so special.
When you're looking for those, what little victories were you looking for to keep you sustained? What are the little things Dr. telling you did this today, you did this today?
Like, yeah, just little goals along the way is definitely huge. Just little steps in the process. So, you know, starting to squat again, and then now I can run, you know, in a straight line. Now I can do a change of direction. Now I can get back to practice. It's just, I mean, you got to have those little goals along the way to keep you driving. You can't look at the big picture. It's one day at a time. If you look big picture, you'll go insane. And so, I mean, that'd be my advice for anybody else going through it. Just set little goals and trust the process, trust the people around you that they got you doing the right things.
Are you the only one not wanting there to be a bye week next week? Want to get back out there?
That's okay. I mean, I wouldn't mind improving for a couple weeks. I mean, you know, I didn't tackle as well as I wanted to today. That's something that I need to improve on. That's hard. That's something you can't really simulate in practice. Live tackling, you know, live backs. So that's something that I'm going to really try to improve on in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, and just trying to get better. You know, get back into the flow of things with my teammates. Make sure we're on the same page, stuff like that.
How motivated were you back in the spring when you're seeing social media posts? All the discussion is you're out for the season. You're out for the season.
Yeah.
Did it fuel you at all back in April and May?
I mean, maybe a little bit, but you know, I kind of just set my own standards. That I just want to. I don't want to have the fastest recovery. That was never my goal. Is I want to have the best recovery. And I think Coach Doyle kept preaching that to me. Is, you know, our goal is to get you on the field as fast as we can, and that's because that's dangerous. You know, there's, you know, the chance that you could hurt it again. He said we want to have the best recovery. So it was strenuous. There's a lot of tests you got to pass, and just trusting him that he knows what he's doing because he's been through it so many times, and that goes with Russ and the athletic training staff as well. Those two working together, trusting each other, and having a plan. That was huge.
Knowing what you moment with Chris after that interception, did you see Coach Doyle after the interception?
No, not really. No.
Were there any moments of like tears or doubt or anything along the way? You know, it had to be an emotional 5 months.
Yeah, I think every time I didn't get to participate in the swarm and watch the swarm on the sideline, I would tear up every once in a while because, you know, when guys leave here, they always talk about just wanting one more swarm with the guys because of what that represents and the bond that represents. And we're coming out together, we leave the field together. And so watching that, not being a part of that with your teammates was hard and pretty emotional. There was a couple tears being shed. And to be able to do that again today was pretty emotional.
Take a couple more.
When you first got hurt, what did the medical staff tell you in terms of how much time you would probably be down?
They wouldn't really give me an answer. They said, you know, everybody's process is different. People heal differently. People handle the circumstances differently. So they just talked about, you know, like I said earlier, just little goals along the way. And I think that was huge for me too, because I was always wanting the next thing. Give me something new. And that gets hard because sometimes it takes longer. You know, to get to run, it is a long ways down the road, but it's something that I could strive for. It wasn't 6 months down the road. It was a month or two. Something that you can see in the future, and I think that's something that got me going.
Did you envision this moment? I mean, doing something like this on a football field
every day. I mean, that's what drove me, was to get back on the field every day. Just picturing a moment like that in Kinnick, because I never really had a moment like that. But you know, that's what you envision, and making that play doesn't happen if you don't envision it. Seeing it 1,000 times, and trusting your preparation, trusting your eyes, and being in the right place at the right time. I think that's what, you know, got me through the whole thing. Was just kept envisioning that.
Okay, thanks, Brandon.
Yep. Thanks, guys.